probably, as far as playoffs games go, heavily favored in a game like that.
No, tonight is a must-win. No, I would rather play Carolina or Tampa, who are limping into the playoff, literally limping into the playoff. They don't look good. Either team. They both look bad. Don't want to play the Eagles anytime soon. This Eagles team, I feel like, is going to make a run to at least the NFC Championship, and they seem a little bit pissed off, and don't want to play them round one of the playoff.
And the Eagles doing what the Eagles did yesterday against Buffalo, in Buffalo, and again, Josh Allen just kind of missed a guy in the end zone. He had a guy
wide
open. He just missed him.
Wide open.
And he did what Josh Allen did. He drives the field, he scores the touchdown, he's just doing all those things. Then he missed probably what was the easiest play on that entire drive. He just threw a bad pass.
Yeah.
But Philly goes into Buffalo, wins that game, and I've said this to you 100 times. We've talked about this all season long. That's the team that is the scariest. I don't think that they're the best team, but they might be the scariest team because of the experience they have on both sides of the ball, the playmakers they have on both sides of the ball, and just the matchup that the Rams have found themselves in against Philadelphia has been something that has not gone the Rams' way in a very long time.
I think the Rams or the Eagles are the only team that can match up with the Rams individually. If you look at their skill players versus the Rams skill players, it's pretty 50-50. It's give or take. Okay, we've got Puka and Devontae. We've got Devontae and AJ. Okay, well, we've got Kyron and Blake. We've got Saquon.
Right.
And it really is determined by the defense, which I think Philly might have a little bit of the edge on defense, especially when it comes to that front seven, especially those linebackers are pretty ridiculous. So the Eagles are just a bad matchup for the Rams, and I think that it's better for the Rams to see them later on in the playoffs to see what the Eagles' I guess, plan is going into the postseason because their offense hasn't really looked as good as they once did. So it's a lot of question marks with Philly.
Order for pickup on Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line so you don't miss any of the action. Use code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms apply. Offer expires February 8, 2026. And here's the other thing, if you can avoid Philadelphia in the first round, somebody might beat them for you.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. That by the time it comes back around to that second round, think about the team. Either San Francisco or Seattle will be in that spot, in the 6th spot, right? Green Bay's locked into the 7th. So Seattle or San Francisco going into Philadelphia and winning that game, not a long shot. Now, granted, you probably have to play them, but at this point, guess what? You're the higher seed. You might actually get a chance to come back to SoFi Stadium. So there's so many different things. Chicago, of course, is still lurking out there, but the inexperience that they have, at least postseason inexperience, Philadelphia seems like the big bad in this thing. They're the ones that are most scary because as good as Seattle and San Francisco have been, you at least know exactly what they're up to. You see them twice a year. That's a familiar opponent, a challenging one, but at least a familiar one.
And who would decline Seattle and Philly beating up on each other before they got to you? Like one of those big dogs got to go. So if one of them get knocked out before you get to them, hey, that less on your plate. Those are two heavyweights you don't want anything to do with, I think, right now.
And that's the thing with Philly, too, that while they might be the scariest and they might match up player to player as well as any of the other teams, they're also the team that could go out there and get beat.
Lay an egg.
Yeah, okay. Like they've been doing that all season long. Win one, lose one, win one, lose one. They haven't been able to find a consistent groove for most of the season. So it's a weird mix. The team that you, at least for me, and I'll just speak for myself here, the team that I would like to see them play the least is the team that I think is most likely to get upset in the first round, because I don't think that whoever the 4 seed is losing, that will consider that an upset. That's a team that's probably supposed to lose that game.
Yeah, that's a toss-up game, so it's not really an upset. But if I'm the Rams, I'm praying that Seattle and Philly get matched up. I am praying for that because at the end of the day, to beat the best, to be the best, you got to beat the best. But that doesn't mean you have to necessarily play all the best teams on your way. So if you can only match up with Philly and somehow, some way in this formula, only get matched up with either Philly or Seattle, that is a win.
So the Rams are 11-4, and that by any stretch of the imagination is an incredibly good season. But the 3 of their 4 losses are games that you look at that have a direct impact to what we're talking about right now. You look at what happened against San Francisco. You looked about a game that you probably should have won if you make a kick or you hold on to the ball at the end. A game against Seattle where you had a 16-point lead in the fourth quarter. A game against Philadelphia where you had 2 kicks blocked in the fourth quarter. The one that, to me, is the most explainable is the Carolina one. They just turned the ball over 3 times. Stafford threw a couple interceptions. He fumbled when they were in field goal range. Like that, you just got beat that day.
Yep.
But the other 3, is there one that is more regrettable than any of the others as you look back on it?
That Seahawks loss. That last Seahawks loss, the way in the fashion, up 16, You just got an interception. It's your ball. 6 minutes left in the game. And you lost. That's so uncharacteristic of a Sean McVay ran football team. What was on the line, the fact that it was the only game on TV, the way the game ended, that was won on a 2-point conversion. That was just so demoralizing.
3 2-point conversions, including one of the weirdest ones you've ever seen in your entire. By the way, I've seen a bunch of plays, college football bowl games, NFL games were like, inadvertent whistle, plays dead. I'm like, that we just didn't do that night? Yeah. We're just not going to play the whistle?
No, they gaslit us and said there was no whistle. But, excuse me, sir, I have Tebow. Look, sir.
I know I don't hear well. A, I'm old. B, I've been wearing headphones for 35 years, so I understand my hearing's going.
Yeah.
Going here. In the middle of at the end of the play, right when the ball hits
NFL
the ground.
NFL refs, you can't gaslight the ESPN LA crew. Travis was born with a cochlear implant. We hear everything. We've got it all.
So what am I worse at, hearing or seeing? Because this is what I did to Sua every shot when we played golf together. Where'd that go? He's like, it's fine. I'm like, yeah, I can see it for about 100 yards.
Like,
and
Trav, it's right down the middle. Where do you mean where I lost it?
I can't see anything. It's gone. It's gone. Plus, the sky was kind of gray that day. It was just like,
has your boy been drinking? No, I just can't see.
I can't see anything. I can't see anything. All right, here's the other thing that's on the line for the Rams tonight. Not only if they can win today, they're going to need to win in Week 18 too, because the Arizona game is the one that can kind of send it in another direction if things don't go the way that we're hoping to. But Matthew Stafford is in the middle of an MVP race. Drake May threw 5 touchdown passes. I get it was against the Jets. I get that the Jets aren't good, but it's still an NFL game. It's still 5 more touchdown passes. You look at their numbers, they're virtually identical guy to guy. I think Matthew Stafford has clearly been asked to do more. He's clearly had to play a far more difficult schedule. That's not Drake May's problem.
Nope.
Drake May just plays the games
play
that
the
are
teams
on the
in front
schedule,
of me, brother.
Right? If he goes out there and has a big game tonight, does he go back to the top of the list, do you think? Because right now, and this is just me looking at it, if you look at the odds, Matthew Stafford is still the favorite in Vegas. But it feels like it is a dead heat at this point. So
after what Drake just did, no, that was purposeful. I think that Vrabel said, "Go get your MVP tonight." I think he knew he had a team where he's like, "Hey, we're gonna pass that thing." So go and get you one. I mean, he had 4 touchdown passes in the first half.
Oh yeah.
In the first half, so they obviously want the MVP for their quarterback, and the Patriots were blessed with a bit of an easier schedule than the Rams, which I would use against Drake. I know it's not his fault, but I would argue if the numbers are identical. Let's now add context to these statistics. On one side, you've got a guy who's played 8 of the top 15 teams in the NFL.
Yep, and beaten most of them.
And beaten, 6 of the 8?
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, you got a guy that's played 2. So if the numbers are identical, we got to go to another measurement of, how does one differ from the other? Stafford's doing it against much tougher competition.
And hopefully there will be some study that goes into it. The guys that are going to cast these votes think about all the things that we're talking about, the context and the situations that are involved. But at a glance, he won his division. He's the one that's at home in a playoff game. Matthew Stafford, there's a world where they finished 3rd in their own division.
That's true.
And all of a sudden, you're on the road, 3rd in your own division. I'm going over here. And it's not a crazy take. I think Matthew Stafford should win. I hope he wins, but the cases are so close. I think the case for Stafford is A, you've had a great season. B, you've played all the good teams like you mentioned, and the narrative of a guy at this point in his career making his first real push towards an MVP. Maybe it's his last season in the league. We don't know. It doesn't feel like it. We haven't talked much about it, but it's certainly possible. Is that a better story to push him across the finish line?
Yeah. Just like you said, you can't blame Drake May for the schedule he's played. You can't blame Stafford that the NFC is by far head and shoulders above the AFC.
True.
Because if you put the Patriots into Stafford's division, you got to play 2 more games to guarantee your playoff spot. There ain't a guarantee you'd win this division right now. So you can't use that against them. And obviously people will say, well, Stafford has the 2 receivers. You can argue saying both receivers have been hurt at different times where it was only just one. Either way, both receivers have been hurt so much to the point where now the Rams have unlocked a 13 pro-style or 13 personnel offense that they didn't even know they could use going forward. So there's a lot of things that you can take in consideration, but I'm in agreement with you. I think Stafford, he's got it.
You mentioned the number 13. The NFC West could have 3 teams win 13 games. That's bananas.
And one of them is going to get punished with an awful,
2 of them,
god-awful
right.
matchup.
Somebody's going to have to go to Philadelphia.
13 games.
Good luck with that.
You're going to have, 3 more wins than Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
and you got to go to them and get beat up.
NFL's brutal. The NFL is brutal. The voice of the Rams, J.B. Long. He's going to join us next. That's coming up on the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff, driven by your Toyota dealers, official automotive partner of the Los Angeles Rams. We make it easy.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you've been waiting for the perfect moment to step into real luxury, now's the time. Cadillac of Beverly Hills just kicked off the season's best sales event with incredible offers to unwrap for the holidays. Tons of beautiful, brand new Cadillacs to choose from. And it's all happening right now at the best luxury dealership in the world, Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Go see my friends at Cadillac of Beverly Hills today at Wilshire and Robertson in Beverly Hills, or check them out at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Don Miguel González Jiménez captured a bit of Mexico and passed it down through generations in a recipe we serve at Mercado González to this day. That's the sound of our Michoacán-inspired carnitas, slowly braising, flavored in salt from El Mar de Colima. The traditional copper cazo heating the carnitas to a golden brown that pulls apart easily. There's nothing like Mexican tradition in every bite. Mercado González, Mexico in every detail.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tomorrow night, the purple and gold face off with the Detroit Pistons inside Crypto.com Arena.
LeBron's got it. Give it to Rui. Three-pointer. Good! Huge three by Rui.
It's your LA Lakers and the Detroit Pistons from downtown LA. Coverage begins tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Mornings in LA will never be the same.
But I want to start with the Rams real quick. So in the break, they start playing Eminence front, right? Again, I'm in section 205, so I'm down in the end zone. I just stood up, just started playing my bass, just slapping that thing. And people around me were like, "Yo, Cal, what's up?" And I'm like, "Bing, ba-dum, bum." Yeah, and people around me, ding, da-dum, bum, doom, be-dum, bum. Yeah.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show, weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA. This is the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff.
On your home of Rams football.
And we're rolling with Travis and Sue with the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff. Monday Night Football. Time to bounce back from the loss against Seattle. That was Thursday night prime time. Time to do better Monday night prime time and get that Rams high-powered offense to keep rolling.
Loaded up with three tight ends in Puka. Takes the snap. Play fakes. Looks to throw left. He's got it. It's a touchdown. It's Terrence Ferguson with a finger roll to celebrate.
You're listening to the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff.
Driven by your Toyota dealers, official automotive partner of the Los Angeles Rams. We make it easy.
Once again, with Sue Cravens. Back to Travis Rodgers.
All right, let's make our first trip to Atlanta to check in with none other than the voice of the Rams. JB Long's joining us to get us ready for tonight's Monday Night Football matchup. JB, how are things looking in Atlanta?
Things are fine, but my feet are sore. I've been wearing these old ratty shoes, and I see DeMarco Farr coming off the bus in these fresh new Christmas kicks, and I say, where did you get those? What's the deal, Sue?
JB, you want to know something? If you can get a free pair of Susie Sleepers right now, if you can just admit who's the one or the reason this rivalry is no longer happening. Maybe even two pairs.
I'll say the one that's yet to extend their coach today.
Okay, and we just sold out. Hold on, what size were you?
So JB's got to wait on his shoes, it sounds like.
No, I'm going to get him some shoes. I'll get you some shoes, JB. Don't worry.
JB, what a difference.
They look very nice. Congratulations.
I'm not trying to rub it in, but they're rather comfortable too, JB. I'm just saying that having my Susies on my own feet is a pretty nice day. What a difference a week and a half makes, right? The last time you and I were getting ready to have a conversation before a game, the Rams had the rest of the season in the palm of their hand, and here we are at the very next game, and we're talking about, is it better to be the 5 or the 6?
It's been a pretty sour 10 days, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Since flying home from Seattle, that one stings, and I think the wound was ripped anew last night watching those games for a lot of us, but that's behind us. The only thing you can do is not make the same mistakes moving forward, and I do think there's a potential revenge tour to be had once the playoff schedule formulates, but I'm a big proponent of being the 5. I think there's real value always in being the 5. I think in this year's field, especially 5, 6, and 7, could all go on the road and do some damage. And so if you're at the top of that pool, if you're at the top of that stack, who knows? Next week might not be the final game that you play at SoFi Stadium, but without question, they're going to have to earn it in the first place, and all the more so now.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, JB, about the 5 make, because 5 plays 4. 4 is going to be the NFC South. It's obviously Tampa, a team that the Rams handled relatively easy. Carolina, they had the 3 turnover game and didn't win, but feeling they'd be awfully heavily favored against either one of those teams, where your other option is Philadelphia. I'd rather postpone that as long as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be excited about going back to Philadelphia and righting a couple of wrongs from the previous calendar year, but yeah, you're right in terms of the matchup and the favorability and just trying to stay in the dance in as many positive circumstances as you can. But I think the other thing is just, if you are who we think you are and who Sean McVay keeps saying they are, which I'll interpret that as the best team in professional football, then you should win these final 2 games anyways, no matter who's dressed, no matter who's available. You should win tonight, and you should handle the Cardinals. And if you do, there's no other team that has a path to the 5 except for you, and just let that be that. The last time that they lost an overtime Thursday night game against a division rival, they ripped off 6 wins in a row. And I think they're fully planning on winning their next 6 games and carrying that Lombardi home from San Francisco, or should I say Santa Clara.
JB, staying on the topic of playoffs, obviously for the 5th seed, you're going to play the NFC South, so who's the lesser evil? Because both of these teams have not looked good. You see Carolina at home against the Seahawks. They didn't really look too good. Tampa looks like they're limping out of games. Who would you rather play?
I'm not trying to dodge the question, and this is as close to coach speak as I'll get, but so I just think the Rams right now are in the nameless, faceless territory. I think they are so upset about what they've allowed to happen on 4 distinct weeks of this season that they should have run away with the best division in football. And so it doesn't matter who gets in their way. If it's Carolina, great, you get a chance to right some wrongs. If it's Tampa Bay, good memories in that stadium and playoff runs gone past, and I think the Todd Bowles defense shapes up well for this offense, and on and on and on. No matter who it is, I think it's going to be a favorable matchup for the Los Angeles Rams, and I guarantee you they think it's going to be a favorable matchup too.
Don't forget, you can order for a pickup on Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line so you don't miss any of the action. You can use code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms apply. Offer expires February 8, 2026. So, obviously, tonight's game in Atlanta, JB, missing some guys along the way. What's an X factor or 2 for the Rams to come out on the right side of this one?
You know, I think the X factor is the draft day trade and the picks that both teams got. I'm sure you guys have talked about it or will continue to talk about it. Yeah, I think there's a chance to earn a top 10 pick essentially with a win here tonight, but Pierce has worked out great for them, leading all rookies in sacks. He's on a great rip here to close out his debut campaign. And I think Terrence Ferguson is emerging. I think he is the X factor that allows the Rams to play in 3 tight end sets, which has been so fruitful. I think he still sets the Rams' ceiling. Once they get Devontae Adams back in the mix and they combine him with Terrence Ferguson, their best receiving threat, I think, at that position, I think this offense, which is already elite, hits its ceiling. And so I think that's kind of the backdrop, the subplot of this one. That's also an X factor in terms of how the game is played. If you feel Pierce tonight, that's a problem for Stafford and the Rams. If Ferguson continues to ascend, I think that's great news for the Rams offense, and they should be flying home happy tonight.
The Rams X Factor is brought to you by the Los Angeles International Airport, where change is in the air. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
You mentioned picks, so I'll ask again. I think I've asked 3 times, and I'm still clueless as to what the Rams will do, but what are the Rams' plans? Or do we have a better idea of what the Rams' plans are with these 2 first-round picks, and does that make this game have a little bit more incentive for the Rams to finish strong?
Yeah, absolutely not, and it probably depends on what happens this January and February in a lot of regards, but I still think it makes sense to add a top-flight, top-tier receiver to this offense, both in the near term and the long term. So if I had to guesstimate where they're going to go with a Falcons pick coming back to Los Angeles, I would imagine that they're going to add a skill position player and probably a receiver.
JB Long, the voice of the Rams, getting us ready for Monday Night Football. The Rams and Falcons kickoff coming up about an hour and a half from right now. Obviously, you know, only 2 games left for the Rams, 1 game left for the New England Patriots along the way. Drake May versus Matthew Stafford, the MVP race. May coming off of a 5-touchdown game against the Jets. I know nobody's going to say it out loud, but is is there a little bit of attention being paid to see what the other guy's doing to make sure that you keep pace, maybe stay a little bit ahead and get him that first MVP?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, these guys are all fans of the sport they play. They watch closely. They know what's up. And I think being on a primetime stage after that salvo from May yesterday, the pressure's kind of on Stafford. Like, what's your closing statement, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will say this, though. A lot of the counting stats favor Matthew. A lot of the advanced metrics favor May. But I'll just add one more log to the fire here. Schedule matters.
Sure.
Opponents matter. The Patriots have played arguably the easiest schedule this year, especially when it comes to passing defenses. And the Rams have played arguably the toughest gauntlet in the NFL, especially when it comes to passing defenses.
To be fair, JB, they did play the Jets.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, more touchdowns than incompletions yesterday. Good for you. How are the Jets doing?
Did you know, we were talking about this before we came on, Ireland was mentioning this, that the New York Jets do not have an interception this season. None.
I mean, again, winning any day in this league is difficult.
Sure.
What he did yesterday was sensational. I think he's a very deserving MVP candidate. But if I'm forced to compare my guy to theirs, I think I've got a pretty good case. I would gladly stand in front of that jury and plead Matthew Stafford's case.
All right, JB, I asked a question about Atlanta. What concerns you most about this Atlanta offense? Is it the awakening and newfound confidence in Kyle Pitts in the passing game, or is it the obvious elephant in the room with Bijan Robinson?
Yes, one of those, all of the above. I think it's their triumvirate, right? They've got a back, they've got a receiver, and they've got a tight end who can make your life miserable. I'll focus on Bijan specifically. Here's what came to mind for me. I'd be curious what you guys thought. Him, Saquon, McCaffrey, and Gibbs. Gibbs, I would say, is the most explosive, like just has the most octane.
Shot out of a cannon.
McCaffrey, the most polished and accomplished. Saquon, the most powerful. And this guy's like Quicksilver. He's just the most fluid. He never seems sped up. He can run past you. He can run over you. He can run around you. He's super impressive. Run and pass. There's a reason why he's over 2,000 scrimmage. There's a reason why, I think he's an all-pro. He has the one-man potential to make this a four-quarter struggle. What I fear about the Falcons is him extending drives and churning chains.
JB Long, the voice of the Rams, getting us ready for Monday Night Football. Let's go to the other side, talk about the Rams defense right now. Last four games, JB, 34, 38, 31, and 17. 17 against Arizona, the win there. They won the game with 34 against Detroit. Detroit put up 34. Through the first two-thirds of the season, I felt like we were talking about maybe this was a defensive-first football team. What's changed in the last 3, 4, 5 weeks?
I'm not arguing against anything you just said, but let me back out 8 points because of special teams last week, and let me back out another 8 points because they were scored in overtime last week.
Okay.
The defense has not been good enough, but I'll be darned if they weren't good enough to win last week in Seattle. You'll never convince me otherwise. You got the stops, you got the takeaways. It's the defense's fault because they were part of the problem, but they're third on that list to me. You got to be able to stay on the field, get first downs with that lead, churn the chains. You got to be able to make your kicks and punt the ball out of bounds if you can't tackle a punt, right? So, it's not the defensive coordinator that got fired week over week, I guess is my statement. And I still think what people forget about this defense is that the resources on this roster are all on offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look at the distribution of capital, this is still a very lean and mean defense that overachieved, that for two-thirds of the season was leading the NFL in scoring defense. When this offense is right, all they need is an extra possession. And this defense has done an admirable job, including twice against Seattle, of creating more than enough margin for this team to come away victorious. The Rams are not going to be NFC West champs, not because of their defense. Not because of their defense. I'll defend them all the way on that. So, does Atlanta present a problem tonight? Absolutely. Will the ability to tamp down explosives and to stuff the run and do your job on first down, will all of that be thoroughly vetted? Absolutely. But don't tell me that this defense has not been better than advertised, that there's not a little recency bias, which is the premise of your question and my consternation equally. I'm not saying it was the wrong thing to ask. I'm just trying to defend the Rams on that side of the football.
Rams and Falcons. Kickoff coming up about an hour and a half from right now. Rams looking to pick up their 12th win of the season and get closer to that number 5 seed in the NFC. JB will have all of the action for you coming up in just a little bit. Thank you, JB. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, appreciate you guys. Size 12 Sua, but by the time we land tomorrow morning about 3 a.m., it'll probably be a size 13 with the smaller feet coming up.
Got you. Get MJD's a size for me, too. Appreciate you.
All right, will do. See you guys.
All right, thanks, JB. Yeah, he's got to get some of those compression socks for his legs to
You
make
know,
sure that his feet aren't swelling up.
I wonder how tall Mo will be with my shoe on.
Taller. Yeah, would you say half inch, right?
Half inch at least.
Yeah. Look, I'm strutting around in those things.
Hey, I'm glad that you like it. Everybody's been saying they're so comfortable. I swear to God, I'm bringing you your pair tomorrow. I swear, you keep looking at it. I feel you.
Make him go last. He's good. Jorge gets his last.
Blame Tim.
Yeah, he's got his shirt.
Blame Tim. Yeah, I'm throwing you under the bus back there. Blame
Tim's to blame for it all. All right. We are in the penultimate week of the NFL season. This is the last game. We're going to take a look around the rest of the league and everything that took place over Sunday and Saturday, for that matter, as well. It's all coming up on the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff on 710 ESPN.
The Subaru Share the Love event is happening now at Subaru of Glendale. Get a new Subaru and Subaru will donate $250 to your choice of charities. And Subaru of Glendale will donate an additional $75. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Outback Premium CVT for $269 a month plus tax for 36 months. One of this payment. FINS $3289,965. MSRP $35,373. $39.99 due at signing. Call 888-855-6434 or check out SubaruofGlendale.net. On approved Tier 1 credit through Subaru Motors Finance. No security deposit. 7,500 miles a year. Model code STD-11.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive. Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
I play football. That's all that came out of my mouth when I met Janet Jackson.
Where'd you meet her?
We were going out one night, and with all these backup dancers, she said, would you like to come meet Janet Jackson? Heck yeah.
Stupid question.
Let's go.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
So I'm all good. This is velour suit, earring day, walking through the club, and I'm feeling good. And then we get to the VIP area, and she is sitting like right in the middle where you can see her through the door. And the minute I saw her, all my confidence went out the window. She introduces me to Janet, and the only thing that came out of my mouth is, I play football. She said, that's nice.
Good for you.
I had my shot. And I
Did
blew
you
it.
recover?
No, that was it. That's all I had.
Turn around and walk away?
I had a shot, and I missed. It was horrible. It's terrible.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis. Weekdays at 3 on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tomorrow night, the purple and gold face off with the Detroit Pistons inside Crypto.com Arena.
LeBron's got it. Give it a Rui. Three-pointer. Good! Huge three by Rui.
It's your LA Lakers and the Detroit Pistons from downtown LA. Coverage begins tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Counting you down to Week 17 Monday Night Football in the ATL.
Touchdown, LA!
Hi, this is Jay Vice of your LA Rams. The Rams play here.
You're listening to the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff.
Rams need to bounce back tonight and get the win over the Falcons.
And we're rolling with Travis and Sue with the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff. Monday Night Football. Time to bounce back from the loss against Seattle. That was Thursday night prime time. Time to do better Monday night prime time and get the fearsome Rams defense to shut down the Dirty Birds.
Hit as he throws. Intercepted. Kobe Turner's got the pick at the 5. He bounces off a hit. Go down, Kobe. Go down. It's Rams football at the 11. A red zone giveaway from Darnold. And the Rams defense continues to torment.
Our 11-4 Rams visit the 6-9 Falcons for prime time. Week 17, Monday Night Football.
Driven by your Toyota dealers, official automotive partner of the Los Angeles Rams. We make it easy.
Once again,
with Sua Cravens.
Back to Travis Rodgers.
Rams looking to pick up their 12th win of the season against just 4 losses. The Falcons come into this one 6-9. They have been eliminated from playoff contention. They could oddly, if things break in a very specific way, they could finish at 8-9. There could be a 3-way 8-9 finish at the top of the NFC South. They're out.
Don't tell me the Aints.
So, no, the Saints are
okay.
They're out of it. It would be Carolina. It would be Tampa. It would be Atlanta. Unlikely to happen, but it could happen. I believe in that case that Tampa would go as the division winner because of no, it would be yes, Tampa would be your.
This is a
winner.
perfect representation of the NFC South division. Confusion.
Do you like the idea that division winner goes to the playoffs?
No, I hate it.
You do.
When I got drafted, all my boys on the team would tell me this ain't college, bro. Like all we got to do is win our division. We're in. Because I remember we started my rookie year. I think we were like 2-4 or something.
Okay.
Like something. We start off slow, and I'm like, oh man, like the season's already over. Like man, what's going on? Woe was me. And all the vets are like, hey man, division opponents. That's all we got to win. And I didn't understand that. And they're like, no. We can lose every game that's not in our division, and we will go to the playoff.
I would be all right with that. Like if we're going to have divisions, winning the division has to mean something, right? So if you're gonna break them out into little groups of 4, cool. But I'm not so sure like a team like the Rams, who could finish, conceivably 13-4, having to go to a team that's 9-8 and play there in a playoff game just because your division stinks.
Maybe we at-large them.
Just rank them 1 through 7 with records. Best record is out. You get the bye, and everyone else we're going to slot them in.
Whoever, the highest you get home field, and then lowest doesn't. I've never understood why, because I finished 3rd in my division, and I have 5 more wins than this division winner. I have to go travel there, and that we beat them in the regular season, and they're trash. They're just in a bad division. Like.
And that it happens. It happens. I don't want to say regularly, but it's not uncommon either. It happens just enough to where this is something that should probably be considered.
Does that take away from Josh Allen's legacy at all? Being in that
division,
not just being in a bad division. Because outside of the Patriots getting good recently,
because they've had playoff success. Now they haven't been able to beat Kansas City. That Kansas City's not in it right now. In fact, that's kind of a good way to get into what we want to do right now. Our top games of the week brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Let's talk about the most recent one that we saw last night. The 49ers win at home, 42-38. That's about as much fun as you're going to have watching a football game. In a first play of the game is a pick six going the other way, and it just felt like they kept trading touchdowns all night long. Caleb Williams had a chance to win it at the very end.
Again.
He just missed. What did you make of Monday night last night?
College football.
Or Sunday night.
College football. It was great. I love seeing it. Touchdown after touchdown, explosive play after explosive play. Christian McCaffrey being CMC, Caleb and his new French tip dicing people up. Like I just like watching good football. You can't hate on good football.
Caleb Williams was terrific last night.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Even though he missed 3 easy throws.
He did, but he made a couple towards the end of the game, a couple of touchdown passes that were just 10 out of 10 dimes.
Oh, that's why you won the Heisman.
Won the Heisman, and that's why they're going to win their division. They're going to host a playoff
Already
game.
have.
And the NFC South winner, I don't think, if they went to the Super Bowl, I would be shocked. I think if Green Bay went to the Super Bowl, I would be shocked. But the other 5 teams, I think they're all in it. It's like, yeah, whatever happens, happens.
If Green Bay made it?
Yeah, because they've been inconsistent all year. And what's his Love coming back from an injury. He's hurt. I would be surprised if they could do that.
See, I feel that about Chicago. Even though they're playing well, Ben Johnson's doing a great job. Their defense is playing well. Shout out Eric Bieniemy, by the way, who's done a great job with that running back room. Manungai and Swift, those guys look amazing with Bieniemy stepping in and getting them right. So I just don't think Chicago has the experience to make a run. I think that their game they will win is that first-round game at home. And then after that, I think it'll be a quick exit.
Don't forget, you can order for pickup on Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line so you don't miss any of the action. Use code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms apply. Offer expires February 8, 2026. Another great game late yesterday afternoon. The Eagles hold on to beat the Bills 13-12. And Josh Allen did what Josh Allen does. He drives the length of the field with about a minute and a half to go, scores a touchdown. They opt to go for 2 to try to win the game there instead of kicking it and go to overtime. I get it. They're kind of locked into where they're going to be seating-wise. Just the last thing they needed was extra football at that time. But the fact that Allen missed such an easy throw, I mean, this guy is the reigning MVP, still in the mix to win another one potentially, I guess. But that's about as easy a throw as you're going to see, and he just missed it.
We're seeing that happen a lot more often than we're accustomed to. We saw Luther Burden drop the wide open first down right there on the last drive. Caleb ended up, getting the first down. Anyways, we saw that. We saw last year the tight end on Baltimore,
Andrews, yeah.
What, that right there, bam, right in the chest, drop. Like Caleb missed 3 wide open throws last night where it's like, are the easier throws the hardest throws? Are the easiest ball to catch the hardest ball to catch?
I think it's one of those things that if you have time and you realize
think
it's
about it.
easy, it's like, uh-oh, right? As opposed to just you got to react and rip it.
Yeah.
If just a react and a rip, or if I got to jump up and make a catch, I'm just going up trying to catch the ball as opposed to if I miss this, I've blown it.
It's like the shooter on a 3-on-2 fast break, and he goes to the corner and he gets it early, and he's like, and he takes the dribble. Oh, you're gonna miss it. You took the dribble, you're gonna miss it. Yeah, it's the same.
The Raiders beat the Giants by losing to the Giants yesterday, 34-10. That means that the Raiders have the inside track to be the number one pick. So good job on the Raiders by leaving no doubt, losing that game by 24 points along the way, and the Raiders are going to get the number one pick in a draft where I don't know if there is a clear-cut number one pick.
Who do you go?
I know.
Who? I hope you're not saying Fernando Mendoza's our guy.
You got to get a quarterback. I mean, Geno clearly isn't your answer.
You can also trade for a quarterback. True. I hear that. I hear the Ravens are looking to shop somebody. You know, I'm just putting that out there. Not that Lamar should ever go there because you'll go there and that might be the end of your career, Lamar.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is there are options, but not in this draft, I don't think.
Seattle took care of their business. They put themselves in a number one seed showdown against San Francisco. They beat the Panthers 27-10. And like you mentioned, the Panthers did not look good in that game. They looked like they were overwhelmed against Seattle. And this is the sort of thing that gives me hope for the Rams because I think the Rams are going to have an incredibly favorable matchup if they can hold on to the 5. And we've seen them beat Seattle. They should have beat Seattle. They should have beat San Francisco both times. Like when you can get it back to the West Coast, I feel like the Rams still have a great chance.
Yeah. The Rams can easily beat, I think, the Panthers or the Bucks. Both teams look bad. They look really bad. And I think teams have figured out the Rico Dowdle, Chuba Hubbard situation with the Panthers. They know T-Mac is a good receiver, but at the end of the day, Bryce Young's got to make these throws. You heat him up, get him out the pocket, completely different team. With Baker, they've had injuries, and they got people back. Chris Godwin's back. Mike Evans is back, but there's no run game. The offense looks kind of stale. Looks like they're just throwing things at the wall right now, hoping that their players are beating they're winning their one-on-ones. That's not going to beat the Rams. To beat the Rams, you got to have the players, you got to have the game plan, and then you got to execute. And then you got to outwit Sean McVay on things that you're not even thinking about are going to happen in the game. So it's just you can't play how the Bucks and Panthers are playing and think you're going to beat the Rams.
The Jacksonville Jaguars are 12-4.
I think we should stop talking about them.
I can't. I have to keep talking about them because I've only watched them play one full game.
And they
all
looked
season
atrocious.
Long. They looked dreadful. That was the game that the Rams played them in London. The Rams killed them.
Yeah.
Just it was a complete mismatch. And here we are. They're 12-4. They've lost the same amount of games as the Rams. They're going to be near the top of the AFC. They're going to get to host a playoff game. Are you buying Jacksonville?
I'm going to say this. I apologize, Mr. Lawrence, because
really?
I said Jacksonville made a mistake naming the stadium after you, Trevor Bank Stadium or Arena. I said there was a mistake giving you $200 million. I said you hadn't won anything. What the hell were the Jags thinking and trusting their future to a guy who hasn't done anything to prove it? And you know what he's done in the last month, the last 5 games, I believe, outside of last night's game? The only quarterback this year to have a QBR of 99, 99, 98, 95. Like the last month of football, Trevor Lawrence has been the best quarterback in football.
And so on the other side, they beat Indianapolis yesterday. The final score of that one was, where is it here? 23-17. Indianapolis was 8-2.
Yeah.
And they are out of the playoffs. They have lost 6 games in a row.
Hey, Indiana Jones, you needed him.
You did.
You needed him.
You did.
Apparently, he was the answer.
8-2 is as close to a guarantee as you're going to go to the playoffs as you can get in the NFL.
In that division?
In that division.
When the Texans and C.J. Stroud was hurt?
And 2 teams from your division are going to the playoffs.
No excuse.
No excuse.
No excuse at all. C.J. Stroud was hurt.
My Texans just keep doing what they do.
Just
keep doing what they do.
Oh, yeah, you are
right.
a Houston native.
Not a native, but I was a resident. I was a brief Houston resident. I am an L.A. native.
Shout out to Galleria.
Yeah, wait. I did live in Katy for a little bit of time. All right, so there's your Week 17 update. Coming up next, Maurice Jones-Drew. We're going to go back to Atlanta. We'll check in with MJD. That's coming up next on the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff on 710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Hey, Dad, I gotta come clean about something.
Okay.
I only paid for a brand new Hyundai Tucson.
Oh, you might be on the naughty list.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on select Hyundai vehicles. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end January 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
It's frustrating when people intervene on you, but they have problems of their own. It's like when someone sends you a text, but the text comes from their email address. I hate this. Your name at iCloud, they FaceTime you from their email address? Are you calling on a child's iPad?
Emmy-winning comedian John Mulaney announces his new tour, Mr. Whatever. Fantasy Springs Resort Casino, Saturday, March 7th. Tickets on sale now at FantasySpringsResort.com.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tomorrow night, the purple and gold face off with the Detroit Pistons inside Crypto.com Arena.
LeBron's got it. Give it a Rui. Three-pointer. Good! Huge three by Rui.
It's your LA Lakers and the Detroit Pistons from downtown LA. Coverage begins tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Every ceviche at Mercado Gonzalez begins with limes fresh squeezed daily. Yes, daily. And each drop of those limes marinates our delicious shrimp, caught from El Mar de Cortés for a unique mariscos flavor you can't find anywhere else in the world. Spoon the ceviche over our tostadas raspadas and take a crunchy bite. That's the sound of authenticity. Mercado Gonzalez, Mexico in every detail.
Counting you down to Week 17 Monday Night Football in the ATL. Rams need to bounce back tonight and get the win over the Falcons.
Driven by your Toyota dealers, official automotive partner of the Los Angeles Rams. We make it easy.
Week 17 Monday Night Football.
The Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff, getting ready for Monday Night Football Week 17. And remember, you can hear every moment tonight in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Just search ESPN LA in your app store or Google Play. Download, tap, bam! You've got Rams football in the palm of your hand. Remember, it's completely free on the ESPN LA app.
Once again at LA Live.
With SOA Cravens, back to Travis Rodgers.
Back-to-back primetime games for the Rams. This one on Monday Night Football. Kickoff coming up about an hour and 15 minutes from right now. We'll head back to Atlanta to check in with the next member of the broadcast team, none other than Maurice Jones-Drew. How you feeling this afternoon, Mo? I guess it's evening out where you are. How are you feeling this evening?
I mean, guys, I have no idea what time it is. I was working last night. I called that, finished that crazy game in Santa Clara, and then hopped on a red eye, got out here to Atlanta, got a chance to go see my mom and my sister for breakfast, and then I laid down on my bed, and I woke up, and it was 4:30, time to get on the buses. So I have no idea what time it is. My body is just here.
It happened quickly. So you were calling Monday Night Football game last night. You got to see two of the better teams in the NFC. You've watched the Rams all season long. Is there a best team in the NFC as you see it with 1 week to go?
I still think it's the Rams. What the Rams did on Thursday night without Devontae Adams, down to Kevin Dotson, not having Quentin Lake, right, being able to go to Seattle and go toe-to-toe with them and then losing in overtime in that kind of controversial game. The Rams are the most talented. I think that they have all the weapons that need to be there. There's some chinks in other teams' armor. But, again, it comes when you get to the playoffs, it's about matchups, right? And, Sua, you know that. Like, you can be the best team in the world, but you can match up with a team that they may have a tight end and you don't have a guy that can cover a tight end. The tight end goes for 150 and 2 touchdowns, and you're done. And so I think this game today, just kind of to spin it forward, this game today is going to be a great test for the Rams' defense. And offensively, obviously, because Raheem's there and what they're going to do, and they practice and all those things. But to be able to go against Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, and Drake London, you're not going to see one of those in the playoffs, right? And so this is a great opportunity to test your skill and your scheme to be ready to go against some of these teams that are more high-powered offenses.
No, you're 100% right. I remember we played Cathedral Catholic when I was in high school, and they came out running the sniffer, and we were clearly the better team, but that matchup against that offense did not go well for us, and we were in a one-point ball game going into the fourth and almost lost that. But you mentioned it, Bijan Robinson, I think he might be the best dual-threat running back in the NFL. Is this the best running back the Rams will see all year?
I mean, next to Christian McCaffrey for sure. I think he's younger, and it's funny. My old college roommate, Michael Petrie, is the running back coach. So I got a chance to talk to him, and we were just talking about his maturation and his growth in the game. And he said that the game is starting to slow down for him, right? You're coming from Texas where it was a lot of gap scheme and the holes right here. They run a more wide zone scheme, and he had to learn how to kind of grow into that system. And you've seen some of his plays, his ability to start and stop, his vision, his creativity in this open field, his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. This is going to be a tough day for Omar Spates and the Landman. So you got to make sure that these guys are going to have to be on point. You're going to have eyes on 7 at all times and make sure that when you do get him, when he is in space, that he is down. You can't allow him to get running in the open field. We've seen him catch a negative 5-yard route and go 80 with it, go 60 with it, right? And so this offense, this team is around him. I will say that he's a top 3 guy to me. It's hard to say number 1, though, when you have a guy that has the ability to go for 1,000 in a year, right? Like and he's going to be a second time doing it, or, you know, and so I just think that he's in there with Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, and obviously himself. Those are the top, the creme de la creme of running backs right now. You think about it, and it's funny just because Robinson is the latest guy tonight, but they've played McCaffrey twice. They've played you mentioned it. They played Jonathan Taylor. They've gone up against Derrick Henry. They get Robinson tonight. They went up against Gibbs and Montgomery. If there's a good running back in the NFL, the Rams have played him this year. Oh, no question. I mean, Derrick Henry. Let's not forget in Baltimore, right? You go against Derrick Henry. We saw what he did on Saturday night. And so the Rams have done an awesome job in the run game. It's going to be, again, this defensive game plan is going to be obviously stop the run first and force Kirk Cousins to beat you. But it's also going to be what kind of coverage can you play against Drake London, right? What kind of coverage can you play against Kyle Pitts? Those are the guys that we've seen kind of grow over the last month. And it's going to be interesting to see what Atlanta does as they have that young trio. How do you keep all those guys together? And can you continue to grow off of this performance of Kyle Pitts, who's jumped out of lately? Because if Kyle Pitts can get going with Drake London, my goodness, it could be a long day for the Rams defense. So that means the pass rush is going to have to get there. You're going to have to affect Kirk Cousins. You have to get around him, get his eyes down, and not allow him to step up in the pocket and make some of those throws. Obviously, the positioning of Atlanta's pick is determined on how many wins and losses they get. So this game matters for both teams, especially the Rams, in 2 ways. But are you worried at all that Devontae's not playing tonight, or he'll be available for the playoffs? Does that concern you at all? No, I think he'll be available for the playoffs. I mean, I literally saw him warm up earlier today. He was running fine and doing all the stuff that he wanted to do. But, you know, I think this. You made the playoffs. You want to make sure you're in the playoffs. You're completely healthy. I saw Alaric Jackson work out earlier as well, as he's getting his work in to see if he's going to be able to go. And so, yeah, this game is important. Don't get me wrong. Like, you want to win. You want to be the 5 seed. I heard you guys talk about it. You want to be the 5 seed if you're not the 1 seed in this NFC playoff race. It's an easier path, or I guess it's the best matchup path that you can have. And so, yeah, this game is important. But then also on the other side, I mean, if I'm in the front office, we got to win, right? Because we want to get a better pick. I still want to be in the top 10, so I want to make sure that this pick is still where it needs to be so that we can have some more trade capital that we can move around if we want to, or draft, or whatever we need. And so, to me, this is a huge game for the Rams. 1, to bounce back from what happened in Seattle, and then obviously 2, for draft capital, and then to kind of prepare themselves forward to set up, you know, the ability and the chance to rest players next week if need be. But Mo, if the playoffs started tonight, you think Devontae's good to go? Yeah, I think he plays. Okay. We are speaking with Maurice Jones-Drew, getting us ready for Monday Night Football. Don't forget that you can pick up for order at Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line so you don't miss any of the action. Use code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms apply. Offer expires February 8, 2026. Feels like it happened 6 months ago. It happened about 10 days ago. We saw Puka just absolutely go off in Seattle on a Thursday night. You expect another big night from him, especially with Devontae not being available? No question. I mean, he has to show up and be the guy offensively in the passing game. What he did in Seattle was amazing. I mean, that's the number 1 defense. That defense just held Bryce Young to 54 yards passing, right? Like, I've never seen anything like that in the NFL. So that shows you how dominant and how explosive this offense can be, but it also shows you how dominant Puka Nacua is to be able to go and do all he did in that game in Seattle on a short week after going against the Detroit Lions. And so I think the Rams are very confident being around them, being on the bus, being in the hotel. It seems like that confidence is there, and that they, you know, again, they let another one slide. And so how do you fix that? How do you fix those issues? And I think Sean has dialed in on what he wants to do, and this is going to be a game to kind of showcase, is this the team that we showcase how great we can be against tonight?
I think I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Obviously, we know what's on the line for the Rams. We know there's a pick on the line, playoff seeding, all that good stuff. But in his 9th season, it's Coach McVay's first chance at 100 wins tonight.
Yep.
Do you think he's thinking about that at all, and if it matters to him? Do you think he wants that 100 win, or he's like, yeah, it'll come when it comes?
No, I think you always, you want those records. You want to be 100 wins and those type of
Within
things. I think
9
that's in the back of
seasons,
his
Mo.
mind. Yeah, that's crazy. I get it. But this is the thing. I'm more concerned about, one of my can't even say, my best friend is on the other side, right? And you ever play, you have brothers and sisters, Sua?
Yes, I do.
You play basketball against them, or
Of
you
course,
do any?
of course.
And then always someone ends up with a black eye. We could just be playing, the video game.
bloody
Someone's
nose,
going to
a
end up with a
black
black eye,
Yep.
right? And someone's going to get hurt. And I think that's what I see when you see Sean walk around. When you see I'm out there on the field, all the coaches and everyone's like, "Hey, what's going on?" Half the staff is over there, and all these people are talking. It's like, I'm playing my family member, and guess what? We try to embarrass our family members.
Yeah.
I have a brother and sisters. I have homeboys that I play against. I used to try to knock them out when we played against each other. And so I think that's what you're going to see. You're going to see a very aggressive Rams offense, a very aggressive Rams defense to go out there and show, we're still the top dog here. We love you. We're happy you got a job. Thank you for trading us all those picks and all that. But remember, who has the top bunk? You know what I mean? Who gets to pick what's for dinner on Thursday night when mom's cooking? You know what I mean? Like, she gonna ask me first. So I think that you could feel that too walking around. Yarb just talking and grabbing everybody. It's one of those things where you're like, okay, this is a sibling rivalry here, and it's gonna be interesting to see.
Maurice Jones-Drew will be on the call alongside JB Lawn. Kickoff coming up about an hour from right now. Thanks, Mo. We'll talk to you soon.
No problem, guys. See you later.
You got it. All right. Rams fans, this matchup brings us back to December 15th, 2001, when the greatest show on turf put on a show against Atlanta. Kurt Warner threw for 4 touchdowns. Marshall Faulk dominated on the ground, and the Rams cruised to a 31-13 win on their way to a Super Bowl championship season. Rams and Falcons have delivered big moments before, and history says this matchup will always bring some fireworks. And did you know that this game in Rams history is presented by LA Care? LA Care is more than a health plan. We're part of your community. Meet LA's most affordable health plan. Visit lacarecovered.org. First of all, the lower bunk is the better bunk. Just so we're clear, right?
Is it the?
Do you want the top, Sua?
No. Well, from what I've learned, having the top bunk is like a prison thing.
Yeah, and the ceiling's right above your face.
But it's a power move. Like, I'm sleeping above you.
Okay.
Like you're below me type of thing.
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. I just roll over and I'm right there. I roll out. My feet are right on the ground. I'll take the bottom bunk.
I'll take the bottom
on that
bunk, too.
Yeah, no question about it. By the way, you brought up the Sean McVay. If he wins tonight, it'll be the 100th win of his career, including the postseason. Think about this. 100 wins, Super Bowl championship, another Super Bowl appearance, winningest coach in Los Angeles Rams history. He's not 40 years old yet.
No, and just had a kid and got $100 million waiting from Amazon whenever I decide to hang it up.
Real. Like the way that the fortunes of a franchise can change if you hire the right guy, right?
Hey, it's not a bad life for Mr.
Not
McVay.
a bad life. Looking for win number 100 tonight. Looking for Matthew Stafford to continue his push to an MVP. And, of course, the Rams are fighting to make sure that they end up in that number 5 seed as opposed to the number 6. Number 5, of course, matches you up with the NFC South winner. Number 6 means you are on your way to Philadelphia. No, thank you.
Good luck.
I will avoid that one. Lots more to get to, including our chat with DeMarco Farr. It is all coming up on the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff on 710 ESPN.
The Subaru Share the Love event is happening now at Subaru of Glendale. Get a new Subaru and Subaru will donate $250 to your choice of charities. And Subaru of Glendale will donate an additional $75. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Outback Premium CVT for $269 a month plus tax for 36 months. One of this payment. VIN S3289,965. MSRP $35,373. $39.99 due at signing. Call 888-855-6434 or check out SubaruofGlendale.net. On approved Tier 1 credit through Subaru Motors Finance. No security deposit. 7,500 miles a year. On code STD-11.
Don Miguel González Jiménez captured a bit of Mexico and passed it down through generations in a recipe we serve at Mercado González to this day. That's the sound of our Michoacán-inspired carnitas, slowly braising, flavored in salt from El Mar de Colima. The traditional copper cazo, heating the carnitas to a golden brown that pulls apart easily. There's nothing like Mexican tradition in every bite. Mercado González, Mexico in every detail.
Every Sunday starts the same. Energy's high, plays are drawn, and the team's locked in. At Vista Paint, we bring that same focus to all your projects. For nearly 70 years, we've been the go-to for Southern California pros and DIYers alike. Because when you want reliable coverage, trusted advice, and no surprises, you don't take chances with your materials. From prep to finish, we make sure your project looks great and holds up. Game day or work day, start with the paint that shows up ready. Vista Paint, local, proven, built to perform.
It's 000 time at Downey Hyundai, the #1 Hyundai dealer in California. Get 0% APR for 60 months, 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days on select models like the 2025 Tucson. No payments until spring. Plus, America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai owner assurance. Visit DowneyHyundai.com. 0% APR for $1,667 per $1,000 financed on select models. OAC ends 1/2/26. #1 based on November 2025 HMMA.
And here we go, Monday, December 29th, 2025. It is time for Week 17 for our LA Rams, live from the Dirty in the ATL Monday Night Football, Rams-Falcons. We get you set now on the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff with Travis Rodgers and Sua Cravens. But first, here is the big voice guy.
Well, when we last left the Los Angeles Rams, it was Thursday night in Seattle. What needed to be a win turned against Sean McVay's squad. An overtime loss to the NFC West foes, and the 12th man knocked us out of the top spot. Tonight, it's another primetime matchup for the Rams, and this time an old friend. Falcons head coach Raheem Morris coached the fearsome Rams defense in the championship season. Rams still need to have a Lombardi trophy on their minds tonight for Monday Night Football in the ATL. The Rams, the Falcons, Week 17 of the NFL season.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams, the home of Rams football.
Hi, this is Coach Sean McVay. Whose house? Rams house.
2 hours until kickoff at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the ATL. Rams-Falcons Monday Night Football, Week 17.
Rams, Falcons, Week 17 Monday Night Football.
Now live from LA Live with Sua Cravens. Here's your host, Travis Rodgers.
What a difference a week and a half makes, Sua. A week and a half ago, getting ready for Thursday Night Football. The Rams were the #1 seed in the NFC. The Rams had their destiny in the palm of their hands. They had a chance to win the NFC West, become the #1 seed in the NFC, have a bye week in that first week of the NFL playoffs, and before their very next game is even kicked off, they are eliminated from contention of winning both the NFC #1 seed and the NFC West. They will be either the 5 or the 6 seed, depending on what happens these next couple of weeks.
Hey,
Happens quick.
Happens quick. It happens quick. You know, just handle your business. Just do what you need to do so you don't have to rely on other teams to lose, and you won't have to feel what it felt like Sunday watching the 49ers rip that 1 seed away from your cold, dead hands.
Maybe. Or Seattle might end up doing it too, who ripped it out of your hands a week ago Thursday as well. The Morning Minute is presented by Quaker, the official oatmeal of the Los Angeles Rams. And that's we've seen it last year. It happened too, right? Detroit and Minnesota go into the final week. The winner will be the #1 seed and get a week off. The loser was going to have to go play the Rams.
Yeah.
And the Rams were like, all right, cool. We'll just sit here and wait. Minnesota does not take care of their business. Sam. And all of a sudden, Minnesota does not take care of the business. The Rams have a little bit more lead time because there's still a couple more weeks to play. But the emotional impact, so it take me through it, of having everything that you worked all season for right in front of you, and now your path is very different.
It's deflating. And it's important that you have a coach, and luckily the Rams have a great coach in McVay who is really good at keeping guys right here, right in the middle. Not too high, not too low. Disappointing loss against Philly, disappointing loss against the 49ers. We're right where we want to be. Can't wait to get back. Disappointing loss against the Seahawks. I'm not mad at all. I can't wait. We played a great game, and I can't wait to get back because that's him staying right here. Because if you get too high, you're like 1 seed, first round bye. Oh, I'm chilling. Oh, we're probably going to sit players that last week of the season against Arizona. Man, you check out mentally. And then when that doesn't happen, it's hard to check back in with that same type of confidence and aggression and poise almost. When you get too low, same thing. So hopefully the team has remained right here.
Yeah, high and low is where you make mistakes. You make mental mistakes. You make emotional mistakes. In the middle where you're focused and everything, that's where I think everybody would like to be when you're going about doing something important. I know that's where Sean McVay is trying to keep his guys. He also said that he is not going to, this is a quote, I'm not going to waste any emotional energy trying to worry about seeding. Okay, fair. I will take Sean McVay at his word. I believe that Sean McVay is not going to worry about seeding. I am. I think that seeding is incredibly important.
Very important.
And them ending up with that fifth seed. Now, if they beat Arizona next week, they're going to be the fifth seed regardless of what happens tonight. But if they can take care of their business against Arizona and get that fifth seed, that seems incredibly important to me.
It's vital. It's vital. And maybe McVay's just more of a, hey, if we're the best team, it doesn't matter who we play. We got to beat whoever we play. So I'm not, and that's his style. I'm not really scared of anybody, not worrying about anyone. They're like, yeah, we got to play you just like you got to play us. However, speaking from a pure, logistics standpoint, it is much easier to hoist that Lombardi by not having to play Philly or not having to play the Seahawks.
And we just have not seen the Rams have a ton of success in very cold weather. I mean, can they? Of course they can. We've seen them. They're still the odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl in Las Vegas. They still have the shortest odds. It's close, followed very closely. Their numbers plus 475, Seattle's plus 500, Denver's plus 750. Those are your top three along the way. So they're all pretty much bunched together. But I think this speaks to not only the way you see him, the way that I see him, but the way that the odds makers look at the roster, the coach, the experience. It's like everything else being equal, they have the best team. They might not have the easiest path anymore, though.
No. And you did.
Yeah.
You did. You had it. You could have easily been chilling week one. You could be thinking about resting starters this last week against Arizona. Instead, you got to play. So I get Sean saying, instead of thinking about that and dwelling on spilled milk, it is what it is. We're still the Rams, and we're going to beat whoever's in front of us.
Don't forget, you can order for a pickup on Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line so you don't miss any of the action. Use code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms apply. Offer expires February 8, 2026. And, of course, you have I don't even know if calling it a subplot is right. It's too big of a deal. Matthew Stafford is trying to win his first MVP ever. These 2 games could be the difference between him winning it or not. We talked about Drake May earlier. 5-touchdown performance. Yes, it was against the Jets, but it wasn't an NFL game. It's 5 more touchdowns on his stat sheet. Matthew Stafford have a response ready for tonight?
He better. Yeah. I pray to God that you don't come out here thinking you can go for 200 yards and 1 touchdown, because that might change a lot for voters. So I pray, because it's in your hands. It's so close. It's yours to lose. Just have another Matthew Stafford game.
Do you
300
think
yards, 2 touchdowns.
That Thursday night, he threw for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns and no picks, but they lost. And now they're not going to win the division. Drake May won the AFC East. Yeah. Could that be the difference?
No, I don't think it should be. I think that you go off of who he's played, who the talent, the numbers, how he's got it done. You can do that for both. And you can clearly see that Stafford has been the best quarterback from start to finish, not in pockets or increments. Yeah. Start to finish, Stafford has been the best quarterback.
And had the best record against the best teams.
100%.
The New England Patriots quarterback cannot say the same thing. And again, not his fault who they played.
No.
It's just he gets who he gets, but the Rams' schedule has been entirely different than what New England's had.
And you have a loss to the Raiders. I'm not going to let that go.
Number 1 overall pick.
I'm not going to.
One of their 2 wins.
One of their 2 wins
That's
is against Drake May.
The NFL's weird, Sua.
In New England.
The only thing I know for sure is that I don't know anything about the NFL, and that stuff gets weird quick. The Super Bowl champ, DeMarco Farr, he's going to join us next from Atlanta. That's coming up on the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network.
Hey, it's me, Drive Up and Go, ready for game day. Need a hand with the game day groceries? Don't worry, we'll bring the food. Grill-ready meats, party trays, sides, drinks, all your game day essentials from Albertsons and Vons. Just drive up and go or have it delivered. We're good either way. Let's kick things off with $20 off your first online order of $75 or more. Just be sure to download the Albertsons and Vons For You app to shop and for terms and conditions of the offer. You'll always be ready for game time. Sincerely convenience. Sincerely, Albertsons and Vons.
Coach, the energy out there felt different. What changed for the team today?
It was the new game day scratchers from the California Lottery. Players everything. Those games sent the team's energy through the roof.
Are you saying it was the off-field play that made the difference on the field?
Hey, a little play makes your day, and today, it made the game. That's all for now.
Coach, one more question.
Play the new Los Angeles Rams Scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to purchase, play, or claim.
The Carl's Jr. lawyers said we couldn't name our new burger the biggest burger for the smallest price burger. So we didn't. And that's called a loophole. The new Cali XL burger. A beefed up charbroiled double burger with double cheese, only $5.99. That's more meat, not more expensive. Get it now for a limited time only at Carl's Jr. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants. Tax not included. Not valid for use within a combo or in combination with any other offer or discount.
Hey, it's me, your heart valve. The blood flowy thing in your heart. Ooh, hear that? The whole stadium's cheering for heart valve screenings? Detecting heart valve disease is super important, especially if you're over 65. It's deadly if you don't treat it. That's right. Bo! Heart valve disease! Bo! Good news is, early detection saves lives. Go to listentoyourvalves.com and get screened for heart valve disease. Oh, and go Rams!
It's another exciting game day for Rams fans, and on game days, it's all about more. More action, more noise, and more savings. That's right, Rams fans save up to 35 cents per gallon on game days with a fuel rewards program from Shell. That means you can keep your tailgates going all season long. So don't drop the ball on saving more at the pump. Download the app, join the fuel rewards program, and take your savings all the way to the end zone. Terms and conditions apply. Visit www.fuelrewards.com/Rams for full offer details.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of the LA Rams, the home of Rams football. LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
This is the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff.
On your home of Rams football.
And we're rolling with Travis and Sue with the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff. Monday Night Football. Time to bounce back from the loss against Seattle. That was Thursday night primetime. Time to do better Monday night primetime and get that Rams high-powered offense to keep rolling.
Loaded up with 3 tight ends in Puka. Takes the snap. Play fakes. Looks to throw left. He's got it. It's a touchdown. It's Terrence Ferguson with a finger roll to celebrate.
You're listening to the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff.
Driven by your Toyota dealers, official automotive partner of the Los Angeles Rams. We make it easy.
Once again, with Sue Cravens. Back to Travis Rodgers.
Monday Night Football, last standalone game of the regular season. We've got a little Saturday action. The Rams officially, by the way, will play on Sunday afternoon this weekend. Kickoff at 1:25 against the Arizona Cardinals. Let's go check in again with the final member of the broadcast team, none other than the Super Bowl champion, DeMarco Farr. Late Merry Christmas, happy early New Year. DeMarco, how you feeling out there in Atlanta?
Feeling good. I like how you put that. The last standalone game.
Yep.
So the Rams are the headliner. Might as well blow the place up, right? Go ahead.
Well, it's definitely
knock it all
not,
down.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely not the Falcons, that's for sure. So
there you go. Hey, look, the Falcons, man. This is the definition. We argued about this on the DeMarco and Travis show about a trap game. This is the very definition of a trap game. This is a football team on the other side that is fighting for their life. They won 3 in a row. They're trying to find something good about themselves. They would like nothing better than to mess up your season. And like Maurice said, this is a family thing. This is like when 2 brothers fight. You stay out of it and just let them deal with it. So this is going to be a hell of a battle. This will be an interesting football game tonight on Monday night.
DeMarco, this is a secondary that's had a rough go for the last few weeks. I would say a rough go, but they've been spotty at times. With Bijan Robinson being in his backfield, I'm sure that this is going to be a run-stopping first approach on this defense. Does that concern you at all with Kyle Pitts and Drake running rampant in the secondary?
You know, I'm really worried about Bijan Robinson. I heard Maurice say he's top 3. I'm right there with him. He is Mr. 2K. He's a guy that can absolutely do it all. I would say this. If you're Omar Spates or Nate Landman today, and it's an obvious passing down, and number 7 is in the backfield, he's not in there to block, guys. I would just say that. Just make sure you go ahead and grab him and stay in front of him. But every single week, every single game, he makes something big happen. And to a man, everybody you talk to about him, they all say the same thing. He is a great person. He's always been a great person. Leads the Bible study. Always says something encouraging to say. He's the toughest competitor they have ever seen. So this will be another challenge for the Rams defense to try to slow him down.
Don't forget that you can order for pickup on Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line so you don't miss any of the action. Use code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms apply. Offer expires February 8, 2026. Do we see Matthew Stafford respond to Drake May's 5-touchdown game tonight? Because this MVP race feels like it's neck and neck coming into the final couple of games.
I think you have to be honest, man.
Yeah.
I would love to pour cold water on it and say they're not even worried about it. You should be. I mean, there are people out there that want to hand that MVP to Drake May, and he deserves it. 5 touchdown passes, and they take you out of the game.
Yeah.
That's Mike Vrabel. That's New England telling you something. That's their first AFC East title since Brady left the building. There's a lot of positives over there. They're number one. So Matthew Stafford is going to have to do something to keep people looking in his direction. I did just have a conversation with Marcus Spears and Jason Kelsey about this. He says, and we all agree, Matthew Stafford is the best quarterback in the league. Maybe the best player, but it's more to that when you talk about the MVP. It's all about pageantry. You've got to put something, I guess, what do you call that, present in the mind of the voters, the people that make decisions. So you've got to wow him. It's up to him to keep the focus on Matthew Stafford today, and I think he's ready for it.
DeMarco, what type of mismatch issues does an athletic tight end like Kyle Pitts create when he decides to line up as the single receiver?
Everything. Okay, so this goes back to when I was coming out of school. Kellen Winslow, the great Kellen Winslow, was becoming a sports agent. So he was wowing us and wooing us, and he actually stayed over at my place. Like Kellen Winslow slept at my house when I was in college or after I graduated. It was weird. He would always say this: tight ends are always open. By nature of offense, by how things are run, tight ends are always open. They always have the option of bluff blocking. They block, they go out, they're always open. Kyle Pitts is that guy. He is like the top of the heap when it comes to athletic tight ends. He can run by you. He can jump over you. He's got great hands. He's always open. And I think he's a great compliment to Bijan Robinson. You have to focus most of your attention on number 7. That's going to open up somewhere. Usually it's either Drake London or him. And the last 3 weeks, he's been that guy. So I don't think you have a guy that can cover him man for man. I think the answer is going to be pressure on Kirk Cousins to slow him down.
DeMarco's keys to the game are driven by your Toyota dealers, official automotive partner of the Los Angeles Rams. We make it easy. I wanted to save the most important part for last, DeMarco. You know that you are responsible for marketing the Susies on the sideline tonight, right? The JB has already put in his order.
Dude, Sua, these things have changed my life, big man.
Hey, I'm glad
swear
to hear
I'm
it.
like, you know what? I'm going to try to walk in these. Travis, you know, my walks are important.
Indeed.
I'm going to give this a try
You
on
can
the walk,
walk
and I'm
all
telling
day,
you,
guaranteed.
all day. My feet aren't hurting. This is
telling
awesome.
you.
Thank you, Sua.
Don't brag too much because JB is kind of salty about it.
He's going to hook
He
him
gets
up.
to sit down.
You
I
got
got to stand up down here.
All right, last one before we let you go. Speaking of standing up, and speaking of, being outside on your feet, how important tonight, and obviously, more important as far as this conversation goes, beating Arizona next week to be in that number 5 spot so you can go to either Tampa or Carolina, and at least for a week. I know you'll go anywhere, anytime to play anybody, but rather not go to Philadelphia right out of the chute.
No, I mean, it'd be fun to go back there just to kind of, I guess, exercise that demon. You were so close. If the weather permits, that would be fun, apropos to beat them there. But if you have designs on winning the Super Bowl this year, I wouldn't mind going through Tampa or Carolina first, just to make sure you take the weather out of it. And be smart about it. You want to put Matthew Stafford in the best environment possible. Now, you kind of messed that up in Seattle. That's also something that's been gnawing at these guys. The last time they played, they gave away a win in Seattle. So they said there, I feel sorry for who's next. Well, who's next is here. But, yeah, I mean, I would rather go through Carolina or Tampa than go to Philly.
DeMarco Farr will be on the sideline for tonight's Monday night matchup, the Rams against the Falcons. Rams looking for win number 12. DeMarco, thank you. We'll talk to you soon.
You got it, guys.
All right. Coming up next, the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff. I want to talk about something that you don't see very often with the Rams, a little personnel change in the coaching ranks coming into this game. That's next. It's all straight ahead on the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network.
Hey, it's Super Bowl champion DeMarco Farr. The Rams do this really cool pick'em that's powered by Pechanga Resort Casino, where today they ask you.
And thank you, DeMarco Farr. Today at therams.com/pick'em, where today they ask you, in what quarter will the Rams score the most points? First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, overtime, or a tie? Vote now at therams.com/pick'em.
Vote now at therams.com/pick'em. If you love football, you should play the Rams Pick'em. Predict what will happen during the Rams season for your chance to win game tickets, signed merchandise, and more, powered by Pechanga Resort Casino. Pechanga Resort Casino is giving away $1 million in December. Use your Pechanga Club card to earn entries all month long. Visit Pechanga.com for complete details.
Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, official California gaming and casino partner of the Los Angeles Rams.
Legacy continues. The all-new 2025 Toyota 4Runner is here. Conquer any terrain with its available four-wheel drive, confident ground clearance, up to an amazing 465 pound-feet of torque, and that iconic power rear window, it's here to stay. This is the new face of adventure, the all-new 4Runner, available now at your Toyota dealer. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Don Miguel González Jiménez captured a bit of Mexico and passed it down through generations in a recipe we serve at Mercado González to this day. That's the sound of our Michoacán-inspired carnitas, slowly braising, flavored in salt from El Mar de Colima. The traditional copper cazo, heating the carnitas to a golden brown that pulls apart easily. There's nothing like Mexican tradition in every bite. Mercado González, Mexico in every detail.
Football fans, this is DeMarco Farr, and let me tell you, I thought I was in pretty good shape until I stepped into a UFC gym. Man, that workout is no joke. They've got boxing, kickboxing, and strength training. You don't have to be a fighter to love it. Anybody can jump in, get a great workout, and feel the results. They even have programs for youth and workouts for the entire family. And my favorite part, the recovery room. That's where I recharge after going all out in my workouts. Check out the UFC gym for yourself and train like I did. Trust me, you'll feel like a champ.
You can't fake greatness. That's why 1800 Tequila has built it through generations of obsession with the details. It's the mindset that wins championships, and the same mindset behind every bottle of 1800. That's how we became the world's most awarded tequila. So when the final whistle blows, raise a glass worthy of victory. 1800, obsessed with taste. Official tequila partner of the LA Rams. 1800 Tequila. Proximo, Jersey City, New Jersey, 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA sports talk.
I trained my ChatGPT to address me as Mace, M-A-S-E, Mace. Okay? When I put a message, please refer to me as Mace.
You're good enough. You're strong enough.
Yes.
And gosh darn it,
people like me.
People like you.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Hey, Dad, I gotta come clean about something.
Okay.
I only paid for a brand new Hyundai Tucson.
Oh, you might be on the naughty list.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on select Hyundai vehicles. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end January 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Hi, this is Kyron Williams with your LA Rams. The Rams play here. LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Counting you down to Week 17 Monday Night Football in the ATL.
Touchdown, LA!
Hi, this is Jeff Vance of your LA Rams. The Rams play here.
You're listening to the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff.
Rams need to bounce back tonight and get the win over the Falcons.
And we're rolling with Travis and Sue with the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff. Monday Night Football. Time to bounce back from the loss against Seattle. That was Thursday night prime time. Time to do better Monday night prime time and get the fearsome Rams defense to shut down the Dirty Birds.
Hit as he throws. Intercepted. Kobe Turner's got the pick at the 5. He bounces off a hit. Go down, Kobe. Go down. It's Rams football at the 11. A red zone giveaway from Darnold. And the Rams defense continues to torment points.
Our 11-4 Rams visit the 6-9 Falcons for prime time. Week 17, Monday Night Football.
Driven by your Toyota dealers, official automotive partner of the Los Angeles Rams. We make it easy.
Once again,
With Soa Cravens.
back to Travis Rodgers.
Monday Night Football on ESPN. They're having a little package of all the close, tough, inexplicable losses that the Rams have had this season. All of them kind of bizarre moments in each of them. We'll break them down in just 1 second. But first, Carl's Jr.'s new Charbroiled Cali XL is just $5.99. Double charbroiled beef, double cheese. That's more meat, not more expensive, only for a limited time. And they're running the package on Monday Night Countdown right now, and they showed all of the moments that led to the 4 Rams losses. And with the exception of the Carolina game, you can make the argument that all the other 3 were all directly related to special teams failures. 2 block kicks against Philadelphia in the fourth quarter, one of them where the Rams were lined up to kick what would have been a game-winning field goal. It gets blocked. You had a missed kick against San Francisco that likely would have won that game. You had a missed kick in Seattle that likely would have won that game. We saw a punt return against Seattle that flipped that game in the blink of an eye, and the Rams did something they typically don't do. They fired their special teams coordinator not even in the middle of the season, on December 22nd, very late. Yeah. Chase Blackburn is out. Ben Kotwika is in. Were you surprised to see them make that move that late in the season?
Yeah. I mean, kind of cold-blooded 3 nights before Christmas.
Tough business.
I mean, he should have been fired in week 6, to be honest, but, weird time to do it. But special teams, to be honest, is not going to impact your team to the point where firing a coach in December is going to shape how your playoffs turn out.
Is it a message? Is it a hey, everybody tighten up, everybody get 100%. Focused?
It's hey, do your damn job.
Yeah,
and it shouldn't be things that are easily fixed by coaching. Like, if it's a player issue, that's different. But what we were seeing was a technique issue, a coaching issue, something that was being taught in practice that didn't work.
It was not working in multiple phases of the special teams, too. It was punts. It was kicks. It was kick coverage.
It was punt team. It's everything. So if you can't give me 2 straight periods of practice of consistent work that makes sense, why are you here?
Sean McVay said, can't say enough good things about the human being. It's as simple as it really boils down to just thought this was best for the direction of our football team. There's been some things that we have to be better in some critical moments, and I do feel good about the leadership that will be had by Ben Kotwika.
Yeah, that's fine because, again, it's a special team. Now, if this is a DB coach or DC or something where it has to do with skill positions that are going to be directly affected on the defensive scheme you run, that is when I'm like, hey, well, maybe pull the plug at the end of the year. But special teams, it's pretty interchangeable.
Don't forget, you can order for pickup on Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line so you don't miss any of the action. Use code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms apply. Offer expires February 8, 2026. And Harrison Mevis missed his first kick as a Ram. The last game we saw, it was a kick that probably, you never can say for sure, but probably would have won the game for L.A., and it was the first kick that he really had to take under some real pressure, and he missed it. And there's still, we went through the first 2/3 of the season saying Josh Carney wasn't making enough kicks. Mevis has started to making his kicks, and I said it to you. I'm like, still hasn't had to hit one with something big on the line. He finally did. And he missed.
I thought the thicker kicker was going to get it done.
It looked when he left his foot like it was a good kick and just kept going.
Same thing I did at Pachunga.
I pushed that swing.
Putt, man. Pushed it, I had a bird and just blipped out. That same thing. And it's for the people that are like, we're being dramatic and we're just trying to find something to talk about. That matters.
Sure
because
does.
We haven't seen a field goal from that with that magnitude on it in 2 months.
At least.
So,
yeah. And it missed.
And you missed. So going into the playoff game, God forbid the Rams need a field goal to tie it up before the half or to tie it up to go into OT. God forbid, because we haven't seen it. And when you did have a low-pressure kick, you missed it.
Yeah, it was a 48-yarder, too. It wasn't like it was a 58-yarder. That's one you got to make in the NFL.
In today's NFL, kickers are making that with their eyes closed. The extra point is only 12 yards in front of that.
Yeah, it was.
You
I don't want to say shocking because we hadn't seen it yet, but it was disappointing. Hopefully today doesn't come down to a game-ending kick, but if it does, hopefully this has a little better of an outcome. We're going to give you our final thoughts of the day before we get you to Monday Night Football. It's coming up on the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network.
Math is simple. Low prices plus big trade value equals huge savings for you during the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where we'll donate $325 for every new vehicle purchased or leased to the charity of your choice. Come in today to trade and upgrade your vehicle or just sell it and get paid. You win either way. For complete details, visit OceanSubaruOC.com.
$325 donation consists of $250 from Subaru and an additional $75 from Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. Expires 12/31/2025.
When it comes to hiring, other job sites are still huddling, while ZipRecruiter's already in the end zone. What's the advantage? With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire someone fast, you get them fast, but you also get the best person for your job. It's a win-win. Plus, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Recruiting a team or looking for fresh talent, ZipRecruiter covers the field with their powerful technology and immediately starts showing your job to the right candidates. That's why over 4 million businesses have used ZipRecruiter to hire, and why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster, smarter, and more efficient from post to hire before the competition can even line up. Get in the end zone with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Every ceviche at Mercado Gonzalez begins with limes fresh squeezed daily. Yes, daily. And each drop of those limes marinates our delicious shrimp, caught from El Mar de Cortés for a unique mariscos flavor you can't find anywhere else in the world. Spoon the ceviche over our tostadas raspadas and take a crunchy bite. That's the sound of authenticity. Mercado Gonzalez, Mexico in every detail.
Counting you down to Week 17 Monday Night Football in the ATL. Rams need to bounce back tonight and get the win over the Falcons.
Driven by your Toyota dealers, official automotive partner of the Los Angeles Rams. We make it easy.
Week 17 Monday Night Football.
The Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff, getting ready for Monday Night Football Week 17. And remember, you can hear every moment tonight in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Just search ESPN LA in your app store or Google Play. Download, tap, bam! You've got Rams football in the palm of your hand. Remember, it's completely free on the ESPN LA app.
Once again at LA Live.
With Sua Cravens, back to Travis Rodgers.
Just about a half an hour from now, the Rams and the Falcons from London. The Rams will have their all-bone uniforms tonight.
Nice.
Bone jerseys, bone pants.
Nice.
You're all bone, team all bone. I like the pants, the jerseys. If they win, I'll love them. But I like the blues and I like the.
Who doesn't love the bone? Who doesn't love to bone?
Well, they like to wear the bone when they're winning games.
The bone marrow. Come on, there's a lot of things I like about the bone.
That's very good as well. All right. Let's talk about some Rams injuries, and that brings us to our Rams injury report presented to you by the Call Jacob Injury Hotline, the only number LA trusts after an accident, 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789. Here's who's inactive for the Rams today. Devontae Adams, no big surprise there. I don't think we'll see him until that first playoff game. Jarquez Hunter has been inactive for good chunks of this season. Here's where it gets interesting. Josh Wallace has been playing a lot, inactive. Darius Williams has been playing a lot, inactive. Kevin Dotson, of course, has that ankle injury, inactive. And left tackle, Alaric Jackson, inactive tonight. So the Rams down not 1 or 2, but 3, potentially 4 different starters tonight, and all of them with the exception, I should say 2 on defense, Wallace and Williams. They're kind of thin on both sides.
Yeah. Not sure if that's going to change McVay's mindset. I think he'll still throw the ball. Maybe. Depending on how well Stafford played, we might see some Jimmy G tonight.
You think?
Maybe if Stafford's up 4 touchdowns and no reason to get him hurt. I know you want the MVP, but also get Jimmy G in there.
It's a weird deal because Atlanta is not a good team, but they're 6-9 coming into this one. They're not incapable. Kirk Cousins is one of those guys that always seems to put up some numbers, always seems to find a way to kind of make these things interesting. You like that. But it also is a game that the Rams should be in control of most of the night. It's a weird dynamic heading into it.
They should win this game pretty handily. This is a Falcons team that is not good enough to beat you. Obviously, if you let them hang around, they've got the talent. Bijan's pretty good. I think if you stop Bijan, this game's over. I don't think Kyle.
That's it.
I think Kyle Pitts has found confidence and has played extremely well in the last few weeks, but I don't think he's to the point where he can beat you.
With Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, those are three guys that are playmakers there. Does it always come back to Cousins or
quarterback got to get him the ball?
Penix or whoever might be back there on any given night?
Quarterback got to get him the ball. To me, it doesn't matter who your receivers are. If your quarterback, it doesn't have his eyes down the field. And one thing Kirk Cousins has never dealt with his entire career is pressure.
So you talk about how if Stafford could get off to a good start, maybe we might see a little Jimmy G at one point or another. The only way that happens is if Puka has another monster game the way that he did. Right?
I mean, you don't know. Maybe Kyron goes off tonight. Maybe Kyron and Blake Corum, they're the two-headed monster with all these injuries up front. Maybe they're just handing the ball off, playing it smart, okay with a low-scoring victory.
It seems like there's always one person on any given night that isn't one of the stars, right? That
goes off.
Puka Nacua or Devontae or Stafford, but somebody that it's the Colby Parkinson game. It's the Blake Corum game. That Terrence Ferguson might have a game. Is there a candidate that you look at that isn't one of the main guys that we typically would talk about that might have a big game tonight?
It's one of those tight ends.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those tight ends. Maybe this is the Fergie game. Because if you look the last 2 weeks, he should have had 3 more touchdown grabs in the last 2 weeks. So maybe this is the Fergie game.
Is he getting better just because he's had basically a full year of time in the NFL?
Reps,
is
experience,
that all it is?
Getting comfortable. The moment's no longer too big, just becoming a part of what you do. Because you do feel that deer in the headlights look and feel in those first few weeks as much as you like to deny it. And then as you go, you're like, okay, it's a job. Okay, I'm getting better at this job, and I'm getting confident, and maybe I can get back to how I used to be in college. And I think that's happening.
He's a different type of athlete than Allen and Parkinson. He gets down the field.
Got a little wiggle on him.
He's got a little bit of wiggle, and he gets open. Those other guys catch balls in traffic, big, burly guys, but he's open and making things happen with his hands.
Because he looks skinny for a tight end, so I think DBs are trying to press him or stop his momentum when he gets off the line, not understanding this is still a tight end, and I can run a little bit. And because he's so big, he's just muscling these DBs off the press, and he's open because when he knocks them off the press, they go back 2 or 3 yards because this is a tight end at the end of the day.
And a big part of it seems once Stafford kind of trusts you to be where you're supposed to be,
it's in the air.
He's gonna find you the ball.
Fergie's gonna learn real quick. Oh, you won at the line of scrimmage? Get your head around. The ball is on the way.
Order for pickup on Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line so you don't miss any of the action. You can use the code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms apply. Offer expires February 8, 2026. So a week ago, the Rams could have been the number 1 seed. A week ago, the Rams still had the inside track to win the NFC West. Neither of those things are possible as you head into week 17, but still fighting hard for that number 5 seed. So tonight feels like one of those games the Rams are going to kind of bounce back from a very, very rough Thursday night.
Yeah, they need to. You need to win this game. You need to determine what your draft pick will be, not only for yourself, but from Atlanta, and then just solidify that 5th seed.
All right, we're going to send it out to the voice of the Rams, JB Long. He'll be alongside Maurice Jones-Drew. DeMarco Farr will be on the sidelines with the call. All that's coming up next on the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network.
Some things are better live. That's why at Unified Financial Credit Union, we staff our call center with live Unified team members. So instead of this...